Hello everyone, your favorite Z-list YouTuber here, Wombat427, and welcome to my solo Esendrache main quest Easter egg guide. Before we start, I would like to recommend some gobblegums for doing this Easter egg, both classic and megas. So skip to time step on screen if you're cool and don't need gobblegums. The classics are In Plain Sight and Anywhere But Here, which are just good all around. The other three are Alchemical Antithesis, Arsenal Accelerator, and Swordflay for a classic gobblegum setup. But if you're going to be using megas, I would trade out Swordflay for Near-Death Experience, which is really good for the boss fight. If you're playing co-op, one of you could run Near-Death Experience, while the other could run Head Trauma for Panzers. Also, before you start the game, make sure you're playing either solo game or private match ranked. Because if you're playing offline or in a private match unranked game, you will need to get all the bows. The first step of the Easter egg is to get the bow. You probably already know how to do this, but I'm going to show you anyways because I need engagement. You can get this by feeding 6 zombies to the 3 dragon heads. They can be found in the courtyard, the underground area by the pyramid, and just up the stairs from the previous dragon. After, you will need to upgrade the bow to one of the elemental types, whether that be storm, fire, wolf, or void. I'm going to show you how to get the storm bow because it's the easiest and I'm lazy. Step 2. The storm bow. The first step of the storm bow is to shoot the wind vane with the bow, and out of the wall will pop the broken storm arrow. Pick it up and now you can start the first of the 4 steps. The first step is to shoot the 3 unlit bonfires around the outside of the map. They can be found just right where you picked up the arrow at by the clock tower, behind you to the left of the arrow by the staircase. And the final one can be found in the rocket test area just to the right after leaving the bunker area. After all the bonfires are lit, you will want to head back to the pyramid area underground and activate zero gravity. Then you will need to wall run on these wind symbols on the outside of the wall. There are 5 of them. You will know when you're done when you hear this noise. Now, there will be 3 urns around the map that will be lit up with lightning. These urns are located in the clock tower, the hallway above the old tap, and the rocket test bunker area. You will need to fill up these 5 urns with 5 zombie souls. Once filled, you will see a glowing orb just above the urn. You will want to charge your arrow by the urn and it will be electrified. Now shoot the bonfires with the electrocuted arrow. And repeat this process with all 3 urns. Once the last bonfire is relit, you want to head back up to the wind vane. You should see it on fire and lightning. And there will be a blue smoke below where you picked up the broken arrow originally. Interact the smoke and you will see it float up into the fire. In a little bit, it will float down as a full arrow. Pick it up and take the new arrow down to the pyramid area. Now interact with the box with the tornado symbol on it. It will give you a max ammo, and now you need 25 kills by the pyramid in the little area that goes down. Once it's filled up enough, stop before you put the bow into the box, because you will need to use the unupgraded bow for the next step. But if you accidentally put the bow in the box, you can just repick it up from the unupgraded. You can just repick up the unupgraded one from where you got it originally. Head into the teleporter room and shoot the little spikes poking out of the top of the teleporter. They should start glowing orange. Once they're all lit up, you will hear this marble sound. This indicates that you have started the whip step. Now return to the pyramid and get your storm bow or whatever bow you did. Step 3. Whip step. Now that you have activated the whip step, you will need to go around the map and shoot the wisp with an uncharged upgraded bow shot. They can be found at these locations. Clock in the main hall. The radio also in the main hall. Clocks in the barracks. Phone in the power room. Globe in Samantha's room. On these boxes above double tap. On the car tire just in front of double tap. On the other phone by quick revive. One of these will be lit up with a blue wisp. Now, I do have to warn you, if you have Widow's Wine, that it does cause the step to mess up if it goes off next to one of the spots. So just in case, I would recommend throwing all your grenades away now. Throw them away now. Do it now. I'm requiring to say this, or a big Treyarch will come and get me. After you shoot the first one, a couple seconds later, you'll hear another Margo sound. This indicates that another one has spawned in, and you will need to find the next one. There are 4 that spawn in per game. Don't worry if you fail to retry. All you have to do is end the game and try again. Just kidding. All you have to do is end the round, and the wisp will spawn in again. Once you find all 4, this sound will play. This means you have finished the step. Step 4. Time travel, baby! Next, you'll want to head back to the teleporter, and you'll see it glowing purple. This means you can now activate the teleporter, but instead of going back to the rocket test area, we're going to go back to the past. There are 2 things we will need to grab. The 2 fuses on the right, and the glowing blue tube on the left. There is a 3rd thing that we will grab, but we'll come back to that later. But before we leave in here, with us is Dr. Groff. He is going to input a 3-digit code into the locker, so make sure you write that code down to remember. After the code, you should teleport back to the rocket test area. When you get there, a panda should spawn in. I like to kill it here so I can get the Ragnarok part, but if you prefer, you can leave and kill him when you're back to the normal map. But no matter when you kill him, return to the death ray trap. That's the one on the top of the castle just behind power. You will now want to interact with the right side of the trap and put the fuses in the side of it, and interact with the other side, switch it to the dials from destroy to protect, and turn on the death ray if you haven't already. I learned this the hard way.
I will take whatever steps are necessary to ensure.
Now, you still got that code? Yes? Good. Now you need to put that code into either the computer by the death ray or the one in the rocket test area. Once put in the code, you should hear a good sound. If you hear a bad sound, you gotta redo the wisp step on the next round. When you hear the correct sound, the locker is open in the teleporter room, and when you interact with it, it should pick up 2 items. These little tubes and a key code. When you pick it up, you are going back to the death ray, which is broken, so we are going to fix it. So put them on the back side of the one on the left and the front side of the one on the right. Now switch death ray dial to destroy. Now we're going to play Samantha Says on the 2 computers. Now for this step, I recommend having the last zombie be a crawler, that way it's easier to play Samantha Says. After you complete the first one, you'll see that the death ray balls is lit up white. After you do the last one, you'll see that both of them are lit up. Now you'll see that there is a green button on the back of the death ray. Interact with it, and look up to the sky. Step 6. Keeper. I hardly know her. Once the spaceship pod lands in the area in front of the clock tower, if you look up next to the pod, you can see the golden rod. Pick it up. Now you can put it in the specially rod-shaped slot. But before you do this, we'll need to go back to the wisp step. So in the round and re-find all of the wisps. Teleport back to the past. Once you're there, there's one more thing we need to go get. On the right corner, there is a computer. Interact with it, and you'll see the key code going into the computer. You'll see a box open up, and the slab is inside. Pick it up. Now, another panther will spawn once you leave the teleporter. Remember, that's especially rod-shaped slot? No? Too bad. Go there and interact with it. And now it will start a follow step where you follow the keeper. What? No way. And he will go to 4 locations in any order. The order is based on what doors you have opened. This is the order he went in my game, so What you need to do is get kills with your bow of choice in the circle. But once the keeper goes to the location by double tap, you will need to use the slab on this part of the wall before you can collect the souls. So you will be able to do that after you'll see that the keeper is now colored. Whoa, is he colored in my castle? That's fine, and we should accept him for who he is. Now, he will return to where he was, and you'll get flashed by the keeper. Once this happens, you'll see that the pyramid has disappeared. What? Yes, that's right. Now, if you don't have it already, this next step you'll need the Ragnarok's DG4s. These parts aren't hard to get, so here's how to get them. The first part you should have by now is from the Panzer who drops it after being killed. The second part is from the rocket test area, and when the rocket test is going off, you will need to pull this now green lever and run into the bunker. Now fire and lightning zombies will spawn in. You will need to kill them until all 3 green lights turn on. Interact with it, and inside the teleporter the second part will spawn. This last part is from activating the death ray. Once finished, it will spawn either behind you or on top of the death ray ball to the right. Either one corresponds to the Wonder Spirit you will need to use to get that part. After you get the last part, build the Ragnaroks. Now this section is optional, but is really good for the boss fight. So skip to the timestamp on screen if you don't want to hear me yap about a stupid side Easter egg that helps one-shot the Panzers after killing one Panzer in the boss fight, but only for a minute. So after you get the rags, you'll want to head up to the clock tower and shoot the wall. I will pop the fire arrow, but ignore it, for we do not need this. Now place down your rags and the clock will start to move. We are now going to have to stop the clock on 935 by interacting with this lever at the bottom of the clock tower. Why, you might ask? I don't know. I didn't make the game. After completing, you will see a lightning strike the clock tower. Many people don't know, this is actually a reference to the hit movie Back to the Future. After it strikes, there will now be a glowing orb above the pyramid. You now want to wait for low gravity and roll one on the blue things until you travel back in time. Now all you need to do is pick up the plunger on the back table, and you have now got the best melee weapon in all of zombies. Welcome back if you skipped like a loser. Now we will need to return to the pyramid, and you'll see that one of the tubes on the side is missing. Interact with it, and it will place the tube you grabbed earlier. But before we go to the next step, I would like to give my loadout recommendations for this part of the Easter egg. What I used was the KRM pack, the XM53 pack, and the Stormbow. Once you're ready, we are about to enter the boss fight. Place the Ragnaroks on one of the 4 pressure plates, and you will enter the pyramid. My strategy for this is to run counterclockwise. Whenever you see the glowing orb appear in the middle, you want to place the Ragnaroks down on it. If you miss your opportunity, just hide behind one of the pillars and wait for the explosion to go off, and it won't kill you. After you place the Ragnaroks down, the big keeper in the middle should stagger, and you will see an orange symbol on their chest open up. You want to unload all over his chest. After the first time, 4 to 5 Panzers are going to spawn in, and you'll need to take them out. After, just run the cycle again, and then one more time. And after the 3rd time, you have beat the first boss in COD Zombies history. Advanced Warfare doesn't count. After this, you will be teleported back to the pyramid. You will need to head to this side of the pyramid and interact with the summoning key shaped hole. Put it in the summoning key. Wait a few seconds and pick it up again. Now take the key up to the computer by the death ray. Interact with it, and now just watch.
Launch protocol initiated. 30 seconds to impact. We are reading multiple rocket launches. What have you done? You are a fool, Beethoven! Even the destruction of this facility and my own death will not prevent the advancement of our cause. You have stopped nothing!
The road is long and dark, but we will complete our mission.
Congratulations, you have made it to the end of this guide, and hopefully have beaten this Easter egg. If you found this guide useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I'm trying to get to 75 subscribers by the end of this year. My mom said 100 was an unrealistic goal, so let's prove her right. See ya.